Have you ever walked into a room painted a certain color and instantly felt calmer, happier, or strangely uneasy without realizing that simple shades around you might be quietly shaping your mood and stress levels? Colors are not just visual decorations. They influence human psychology in powerful ways, affecting emotions, focus, relaxation, and even physical responses like heart rate and energy levels. Scientists studying environmental psychology have discovered that different colors can subtly influence the brain, guiding how we feel, react, and behave in everyday spaces like homes, offices, and hospitals. Imagine waking up in a bright yellow room filled with sunlight, where the cheerful color gently signals the brain to feel optimistic and energized before the day has even truly begun. Now imagine the opposite scene, stepping into a dark gray environment where the dull tones quietly lower excitement and create a heavy atmosphere that may increase feelings of fatigue or stress. These emotional reactions are not imaginary. Research shows the human brain associates colors with memories, experiences, and natural signals that evolved over thousands of years. For example, the color red often triggers alertness and excitement because historically it signaled urgency, danger, or intense emotions within nature and human social environments. Blue, on the other hand, is frequently linked with calmness because it reflects peaceful elements of nature like the sky and ocean, environments humans associate with safety and stability. Because of these connections, colors can quietly influence stress levels without people even realizing their environment is affecting how relaxed or tense they feel. Hospitals, therapy centers, and wellness spaces often choose specific colors intentionally because designers understand that color choices can support healing, comfort, and emotional balance. Soft greens and gentle blues are commonly used in healthcare environments because these colors tend to slow heart rate slightly and encourage a sense of calm. Meanwhile, extremely bright or intense colors can sometimes increase mental stimulation, which may be helpful for creativity, but overwhelming in places meant for relaxation. The human brain processes color through visual signals that travel from the eyes to areas responsible for emotion, memory, and decision-making. This connection means color is not just something we see. It becomes part of how we interpret experiences and emotionally react to our surroundings. Researchers in color psychology have spent decades studying how certain shades influence productivity, creativity, and emotional well-being in both personal and professional environments. Interestingly, the same color can affect people differently depending on brightness, context, and personal memories associated with that color. For instance, a warm orange sunset might feel comforting and peaceful, while an extremely bright neon orange wall could feel overwhelming or distracting. This shows that color influence is not only about the shade itself, but also about how it interacts with lighting, space, and human perception. One fascinating experiment placed workers in different colored office environments to observe how productivity and stress levels changed over time. The results revealed that cooler tones like blue often helped improve concentration, while extremely intense colors sometimes caused faster fatigue or distraction. In learning environments, color choices can even affect how easily students focus and retain information during study sessions or lectures. Many schools and libraries intentionally use calm tones to create environments where the brain feels comfortable enough to concentrate for longer periods. On the other hand, creative studios sometimes use vibrant colors because those tones can encourage energy, imagination, and brainstorming. Color can also influence appetite and behavior in places like restaurants, where design choices are carefully planned to create specific emotional experiences. For example, warm colors, such as red and orange, are often used in dining spaces because they can subtly stimulate appetite and create a lively atmosphere. Cooler colors like blue are less common in restaurants because studies suggest they may slightly reduce appetite or create a calmer dining pace. Even clothing colors can affect how people feel about themselves and how others perceive their confidence or personality. Someone wearing darker colors might appear more formal or serious, while brighter colors can communicate energy, creativity, or openness. These visual signals influence social interactions because humans instinctively interpret colors as emotional cues during communication. In stressful situations, the environment's color palette can either calm the mind or intensify tension, depending on the tones surrounding a person. Imagine a crowded office filled with harsh lighting and inti. While many people believe color choices are purely decorative, research shows that specific shades can directly influence brain activity and subtly shape emotional responses, stress levels, and overall mental comfort. One of the most widely studied colors in psychology is blue, often described as a calming shade that encourages relaxation, focus, and emotional stability. When people look at gentle blue tones, the brain often associates them with the sky or ocean, creating subconscious feelings of openness, safety, and peaceful surroundings. Because of these associations, blue environments are commonly used in offices where concentration and calm thinking are essential for productivity and decision-making. Studies have shown that employees working in blue-toned spaces often report lower stress levels and improved ability to focus during long work sessions. However, extremely dark or overly cold blue shades may sometimes create feelings of isolation or emotional distance if used excessively in living spaces. This balance is important because color influence depends not only on the shade itself, but also on lighting, texture, and surrounding design elements. Green is another color strongly connected with emotional well-being because it represents nature, growth, and balance. When people see green landscapes filled with trees and plants, their brains often interpret the scene as a safe and nourishing environment. For this reason, many psychologists believe green environments can help reduce stress and support emotional recovery after mentally demanding experiences. Offices that include green elements, such as plants or natural colors, often create a more relaxed and refreshing atmosphere for workers. Even small touches of greenery on a desk or in a room can make a noticeable difference in how calm or energized someone feels. Interestingly, studies suggest that simply viewing natural green scenery for a few minutes may lower mental fatigue and improve mood. Yellow, often described as the color of sunlight, is strongly associated with happiness, optimism, and mental stimulation. Bright yellow tones can quickly capture attention because they signal energy and warmth within the visual environment. This is why warning signs, school buses, and important notices often use yellow, since the human brain naturally notices it very quickly. In interior spaces, soft yellow shades may create a warm and welcoming atmosphere that encourages conversation and positivity. However, extremely bright or intense yellow environments may sometimes increase irritation or restlessness if the color becomes overwhelming. Balance once again becomes important because gentle yellow accents often work better than covering an entire room in powerful yellow tones. Red is perhaps the most emotionally intense color studied by psychologists due to its strong connection with excitement, urgency, and attention. Historically, red has been associated with survival signals such as fire, blood, or warning signs, which explains why it quickly triggers alertness in the brain. When people see red, their heart rate and energy levels may increase slightly as the body prepares for action or heightened awareness. This response makes red useful in situations requiring quick reactions, but it can also increase tension if used excessively in stressful environments. Restaurants, advertisements, and sports branding frequently use red because it captures attention and stimulates emotional excitement. In contrast, purple is often linked with creativity, imagination, and a sense of mystery within artistic or intellectual environments. Throughout history, purple has been associated with luxury and royalty because rare dyes once made the color difficult and expensive to produce. Today, softer shades of purple are sometimes used in creative spaces to encourage imaginative thinking and artistic expression. Pink, a variation of red, often carries softer emotional signals related to compassion, warmth, and nurturing environments. Some psychological studies have even explored whether certain shades of pink may temporarily reduce aggressive emotional reactions in tense settings. While results vary, the research suggests that gentle colors may sometimes influence emotional intensity within controlled environments. Orange is another energetic color that combines the warmth of red with the brightness of yellow, often creating a feeling of enthusiasm and motivation. This vibrant shade can encourage social interaction, excitement, and activity in places designed for collaboration or entertainment. However, like other strong colors, excessive use of orange may feel overwhelming if the space lacks visual balance with calmer tones. Neutral colors such as white, gray, and beige also play an important role in emotional comfort by creating visual breathing space. These neutral tones often reduce sensory overload and allow breathing room for stronger colors to stand out. Beyond mood and stress, colors quietly influence human behavior, shaping how people interact, make decisions, and even perform tasks in workplaces, schools, and everyday environments. Psychologists have discovered that certain colors can subtly guide attention, making it easier for the brain to notice important details or remain focused during complex mental activities. For example, blue environments often support analytical thinking because the color encourages calm mental processing rather than emotional urgency. This calm state allows the brain to explore ideas more carefully, which is why many technology companies design offices using cool blue tones. In contrast, warmer colors like red can push the brain toward quick reactions and heightened alertness during situations requiring immediate attention. This is one reason why exam correction marks, warning signals, and urgent alerts often appear in bright red across educational and safety systems. However, when red dominates an entire workspace, the constant stimulation may gradually increase stress and mental pressure during long periods of concentration. Researchers studying workplace environments have found that balanced color combinations help employees remain productive without feeling mentally overwhelmed. A room combining neutral tones with soft accents of blue or green often creates a comfortable balance between focus, creativity, and relaxation. This balance supports both logical thinking and emotional stability during demanding work hours. Colors can also influence how people perceive time, sometimes making environments feel either faster-paced or slower and more relaxed. Bright, energetic spaces filled with warm tones often feel lively and active, which may encourage quicker movement and shorter visits. Calmer environments with cooler colors can make time feel slower, encouraging people to stay longer and feel more comfortable. Retail stores often use this knowledge strategically when designing shopping spaces that guide customer behavior and emotional experience. Some stores use energetic colors near entrances to attract attention and create excitement about exploring products. Other sections may use softer tones that encourage customers to browse comfortably without feeling rushed. Color influence becomes even more noticeable in digital environments where website designers carefully choose color palettes to guide user behavior. A simple change in button color can increase the likelihood that someone clicks it because the brain reacts differently to contrasting shades. Bright colors often highlight important actions, while calmer backgrounds prevent visual overload during browsing. This subtle psychological guidance happens so quickly that most users never realize color is influencing their decisions online. In learning environments, color also plays a role in supporting memory and mental engagement. Some educators use color-coded materials to help students organize information and remember complex topics more easily. By linking certain colors with specific ideas, the brain forms visual associations that strengthen memory recall. This method can be especially helpful for subjects requiring structured learning, such as science, mathematics, or language studies. Even the color of notebooks, presentation slides, or classroom walls may influence how comfortable students feel while learning. Bright yet balanced environments can keep students alert, while extremely dull spaces might reduce motivation and mental energy. Creativity also responds strongly to visual surroundings, particularly when colors encourage imagination and curiosity. Artists, designers, and writers often prefer environments that include stimulating colors because they spark new ideas and emotional expression. Shades of purple, turquoise, or warm orange sometimes appear in creative studios, where innovation and experimentation are encouraged. These colors help signal to the brain that the environment supports exploration rather than strict analytical thinking. However, creative environments still benefit from balance because too many intense colors can become distracting. The most effective spaces often combine vibrant accents with calming backgrounds that allow the mind to shift between excitement and focus. Color also influences emotional communication between people during social interactions. Clothing colors, for example, can send subtle signals about personality, confidence, or mood during meetings and conversations. Darker colors often communicate authority or professionalism, which is why formal business attire frequently includes black, navy, or charcoal shades. Brighter clothing colors may express friendliness, creativity, or openness, depending on the context of the interaction. These visual signals affect first impressions because the brain processes color information within milliseconds of seeing someone. Interestingly, even small color. While colors influence emotions and behavior, scientists have also discovered that visual environments can affect the body's physical stress responses in subtle but measurable ways. When the brain interprets a color as calming or threatening, it can trigger biological reactions involving hormones, heart rate, and nervous system activity. These reactions occur through the brain's connection with the autonomic nervous system, which controls many automatic functions such as breathing patterns, alertness, and stress responses. Calming environments filled with gentle blues, greens, or natural tones often encourage the body to enter a more relaxed physiological state. In these settings, breathing may slow slightly, muscles relax, and the mind becomes more capable of focusing without feeling overwhelmed by tension. This is one reason why many wellness centers, meditation rooms, and therapy offices carefully choose color palettes designed to support emotional comfort. In contrast, environments dominated by extremely bright or intense colors may keep the nervous system in a more alert state for extended periods. While this alertness can be useful in short bursts of activity or excitement, constant stimulation may gradually contribute to mental fatigue. Over time, prolonged exposure to visually stressful environments can increase feelings of restlessness or irritability during daily routines. Researchers studying workplace stress have observed that employees in visually balanced environments often report greater satisfaction and lower tension. These spaces typically combine calming base colors with small, energizing accents that prevent the environment from feeling dull or monotonous. For example, a soft green workspace with touches of warm wood tones and small bright accents may create both comfort and motivation. Such environments allow the brain to remain calm while still feeling stimulated enough to stay productive and engaged. Hospitals provide one of the clearest examples of how color can influence stress and recovery. Patients placed in rooms with soft, natural colors often report feeling more relaxed compared with environments dominated by harsh lighting or stark tones. Some studies even suggest that calming visual environments may support faster emotional recovery during stressful medical experiences. While color alone cannot replace medical treatment, it can contribute to creating a supportive healing atmosphere. Pediatric hospitals sometimes use playful and colorful designs to reduce anxiety among young patients during unfamiliar medical procedures. Bright yet friendly colors can transform intimidating clinical spaces into environments that feel less frightening for children and families. In mental health facilities, designers often choose colors that promote safety, calmness, and emotional stability. Neutral tones mixed with soft blues or greens help create environments where individuals feel comfortable discussing personal challenges and emotions. These thoughtful design choices demonstrate how environmental psychology can support mental well-being through simple visual adjustments. Nature, again, provides an important reference for understanding why certain colors reduce stress more effectively than others. Humans evolved for thousands of years surrounded by forests, rivers, skies, and natural landscapes filled with calming color patterns. Because of this long evolutionary history, the brain may still respond positively to environments that resemble natural scenery. This idea is sometimes called biophilic design, which encourages the use of natural colors, textures, and elements within modern buildings. Offices that include natural materials, plants, and earth-toned colors often feel more comfortable than spaces filled entirely with artificial surfaces. Even digital screens and lighting technologies now attempt to mimic natural colors to reduce eye strain and visual stress. Many smartphones and computers include night display modes that shift screen colors to warmer tones during evening hours. These adjustments help reduce visual stimulation before sleep, allowing the brain to gradually transition into a calmer state. Sleep researchers have also studied how bedroom colors influence relaxation and nighttime routines. Bedrooms painted with calming tones often help signal the brain that the space is meant for rest rather than intense activity. This psychological cue can support better sleep habits by encouraging the mind to relax at the end of a busy day. In contrast, overly bright or stimulating colors in sleeping areas may sometimes make it harder for the brain to unwind completely. The goal is not to avoid bright colors entirely, but to place them thoughtfully in areas designed for activity and energy. Living rooms, creative spaces, and exercise areas may benefit from more vibrant colors that encourage movement and conversation. Meanwhile, relaxation spaces often benefit. Understanding how colors affect mood and stress becomes powerful when people apply this knowledge intentionally in everyday environments like homes, offices, and personal spaces. The first step is recognizing the emotional purpose of each room, because different activities require different mental states. Bedrooms should ideally promote calmness and rest, so soft blues, gentle greens, or warm neutral tones are excellent choices. These colors signal safety and quietness to the brain, encouraging the body to slow down and prepare for restorative rest. Lighting strengthens this calming effect when warm and soft illumination complements the relaxing color palette. Living rooms where people gather often benefit from warm and welcoming tones that encourage comfort and positive interaction. Earthy colors like soft browns, warm beige, or muted terracotta create a cozy environment that feels emotionally inviting. These tones help people feel relaxed and open, making conversations more natural and enjoyable during social gatherings. Workspaces require a different balance because productivity depends on both focus and mental energy. Cool tones such as blue or green are effective because they help maintain calm concentration during long periods of thinking. Small accents of brighter colors like yellow or orange may provide motivation without overwhelming the senses. These accents act like visual sparks that keep the mind alert while the overall environment remains balanced and comfortable. Students studying at home benefit from similar color strategies that combine calm focus with gentle stimulation. A desk near natural light, surrounded by soft colors, can improve both mood and learning efficiency. Adding small green plants may further enhance concentration by introducing natural color patterns into the workspace. Creative areas like art studios often benefit from slightly more vibrant colors that encourage imagination and exploration. Colors like purple, turquoise, or warm orange may stimulate creative thinking by energizing emotional expression and curiosity. These spaces still benefit from balance, so the mind does not become distracted by too much visual intensity. Another practical way to use color psychology is through decorations rather than permanent wall changes. This flexible approach allows people to experiment with different color combinations until they discover what feels most comfortable. Clothing choices can also influence personal mood and confidence throughout the day. Wearing colors that feel uplifting or calming may subtly affect emotional energy during important meetings or creative work. Many people naturally choose colors that reflect how they want to feel, even without realizing the psychological reasoning. Outdoor environments provide another opportunity to benefit from calming colors found in nature. Spending time in parks, forests, or gardens exposes the brain to natural greens and blues that help reduce mental fatigue. Even brief moments in nature may refresh attention and improve mood after stressful activities or long hours indoors. Digital environments can also be adjusted using color psychology principles to reduce eye strain and visual stress. Dark mode or softer background colors may help make long periods of screen use more comfortable for the eyes and mind. These adjustments may seem small, but over time they can significantly improve daily comfort when using digital devices. Creating contrast between areas meant for work and spaces designed for relaxation is another useful strategy. When different color schemes define different environments, the brain quickly learns what mental state each space represents. A calm bedroom signals rest, while a brighter workspace signals productivity and alertness. This visual separation helps maintain healthy routines by guiding the brain toward appropriate emotional states throughout the day. Over time, these environmental cues become automatic, allowing the mind to shift smoothly between activity and relaxation. The key idea is not choosing one perfect color, but creating harmony among colors that support the purpose of each space. Balanced environments prevent boredom and overstimulation, helping the brain remain emotionally stable and focused.